It's a magical week because the FA Cup is back on, and this man right here, Paul Mariner, loves him some FA Cup, and he loves winning FA Cups as well.
Up the Arsenal!
All right. Well, there's his first pick. It is me versus the Maras, as we call it. Arsenal, Manchester United.
I can't wait for this game. Solskjaer's going to play exactly the same way because he's...
If it ain't broke.
Exactly. It's a big ask to get in the top four. Not going to win the Champions League. This is a great prize for him to win. I think he's going to go for it. Arsenal, if they play the same way that they did last week against Chelsea, this is going to be an absolute firecracker. Up the Arsenal! They're winning.
Not biased at all. Well, just for that, I think that momentum has been on Manchester United's side. Everything that you just said, this would be a nice trophy for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So I'm going to go with the Red Devils. I can't quite get husky and deep like you.
That's fine.
Newcastle, Watford.
Well, again, it's which team are they going to play? Newcastle in a bit of trouble. Watford, to me, are safe. I think Watford go for it. I hate going against Rafa because I like what he's doing up there. He's got his hands tied behind his back. I'm going to go with Watford.
Oh, Mazza, I was going to go for Watford as well. But you know what? I'm going to side with Rafa then, and I'm going to say that Newcastle get the job done.
Yeah.
Manchester City, Burnley, let me just make my pick right now.
Yeah. Because Sean Dyche's got to stay up. He's got to change the team. City are absolutely flying. Play whatever he wants, still win.
Moving on now, Palace Spurs.
This is a difficult game. This is very difficult. Roy, again, he plays strong side. He's not going to go down. They're fairly safe. Tottenham, depending on what happens with Chelsea tonight, and then can he afford, with all these injuries, can he afford to keep rolling the same team out? I don't think he can. I'm going to say that Palace take this. Purely and simply because of all the injury woes that Pochettino's got.
I think that's a very valid point, Paul Mariner, but I'm going to have to disagree with you on this one. I'm going to go with the safe bet, which I guess on paper would be Spurs.
Talking about safe bets,
Chelsea. Sheffield Wednesday. All right, not even a shout for Sheffield Wednesday. If it's one thing that Chelsea can do right in recent times, we're going to assume it's this. Thanks so much to Paul Mariner. We're going to continue tracking all of the magic of this FA Cup here at ESPN FC, of course. The man, the myth, the legend, Paul Mariner is back, and it would be only right to put him into our transfer races today. Maris, we've got a couple of interesting ones to tackle. Let's start off with this one. Hudson-Odoi, a lot of talk about him. He's been linked with a move to Bayern Munich, but now Liverpool seem to be interested. Hit or miss for you?
Well, I wish I was this kid because, as you say, he's in,
doesn't want it?
In such demand. I mean, and look at the clubs who are interested in him. I mean, all Chelsea fans are saying, please sign, please re-sign for us. But he's at a stage in his career where
he wants playing time.
He wants to play. Now then, would he get playing time at Dortmund? Maybe, maybe not. Would he get
Bayern?
Yeah, exactly. Or Bayern. Well, Bayern he probably would because he's getting a little bit aged. For playing time, I'm going to say yes. Get yourself moving. Chelsea fans won't be too happy about it. All
right, Rabiot now definitely unsettled at PSG, looking for a move elsewhere. Would Spurs suit him?
Yes, I like this lad a lot. I think I agree with you, Lex. I think they do need to keep him, but I don't think they can keep him, will keep him. I think there'll be other suitors as well. I think he's already made his mind up that he wants to leave PSG. So I say for him, yep, it's going to happen. And
Renato Sanchez to PSG now.
I think this is the biggest waste of money. I just cannot see it. He was absolutely...
But if PSG let go Rabiot, they're going to need some midfield reinforcement.
He's not a PSG level player. I mean, he came over at Swansea, was absolutely atrocious. He hasn't pulled any trees up, at Bayern Munich recently. So, for me, listen, when I saw him playing before he went to Swansea, I thought he was going to be a great player, top player. But I didn't see it. I'm sorry, no, not for me.
Speaking of midfield options,
again,
now Philippe Coutinho.
We're always doing this.
We're always doing this. Philippe Coutinho to leave Barcelona because they have signed a certain Frankie de Jong. It seems like they're going to need some money to fill that they spent, and he wants playing time.
I think they're different players. Look, since we started to talk about this for the last few weeks, he's been playing, I think, fairly well. I think he's a Barca player. I think he fits the bill. Great for Brazil. I like him. I say no. I say stay where you are, mate. No.
What about Eric Bailly at Manchester United? Something doesn't seem quite settled there. So would a move away from Old Trafford suit him?
Well, as a defender, he's a little bit erratic. Let's be kind to him. is not the answer that Manchester United want. They absolutely do have to recruit new players in that position. I think it's better for him and better for United that he goes. I think it'll serve everybody well.
He's actually been linked with your lot at Arsenal. Would you take him, yes or no?
No.
No. All right, well, there we go. Paul Mariner says he can definitely leave Manchester United. Good move, but just not to the Gunners. Plenty of football action this weekend, as usual, and we would be amiss to not visit Spain, Paul Mariner, to get in some La Liga predictor. You're my challenger today. Sevilla up against Levante. How do you see this one going?
I don't see this going any other way than Sevilla. Nice little win in the week against Barca. I think they're very strong at home. Seville for me.
Yep. Who would I be if I didn't agree with you on this one, Paul Mariner? We'll see how many I agree with you on. Atletico Madrid up against Getafe.
Well, I'm a big fan of Simeone, what he's doing. I'm guessing that Morata's maybe not signed in time. I don't know if he'll be in, but it's a nice boost for him. But against Getafe, I can't see it being a contest, Lex, to be honest.
Atleti at home, I'm going to do the Paul Mariner stance and choose the same team that you have just chosen. Girona up against Barcelona.
Let me think.
Have just been flying.
There's an if about this game.
Oh.
If Messi starts, Barcelona win. If Messi's on the bench, Barcelona will eventually
win. So you're going with Barcelona. Oh, they don't even want to come. There we go. We got them. And I'm going to go with Barcelona as well. Finally, Espanyol up against Real Madrid.
Can we say we did a resurgence at Real Madrid?
Yes. Never thought we'd have
little
to say
bit,
that.
little bit. Look, they've steadied the ship a little bit. I just can't see it going any other way. I really can't. What am I doing here?
There you go. You got it, Paul Mariner. I've just had to choose for you all these times. And
we agree.
We agree on everything. Yes. Well, let us know if you guys agree with us and continue tracking everything from La Liga right here on ESPN FC. City action back on this weekend. Paul Mariner is my challenger today in our City Predictor. Maras, let's get stuck right in with what on paper looks like a nice game.
Great game.
AC Milan, we know their recent woes up against Napoli.
Yeah, Napoli flying. Massive game for both clubs. I can't separate these sides. I think Milan will do something at home. I'm going to go draw.
Oh, you clever little sausage, you. AC Milan, man, home or away, sometimes you just never know exactly what you'll get from them. I kept picking them as the season started and they let me down. I think I'm going to go.
That's a big win.
That is a massive win, and I'm going to pick them to get it. Atalanta, not Atlanta, as Paul Mariner loves to say, up against Roma.
Well, again, it's a tight game. I mean, Atalanta doing well. Roma just sort of finding their feet again. Let's hope that it just clicks away from home again. I'm obviously got Roma in my heart, but I'm going to say draw.
Oh,
sorry, mate.
Sneaky little fence sitter. You feel more fences than
I'm not normally a fence guy, though.
So you don't want to go with Atalanta?
Atalanta. No, I'm saying draw.
I know. I was just wanting it to hear. I'm going to go with Roma, just because.
Good girl.
Sampdoria up against Udinese.
I don't think there's going to be too much trouble here. Look, doing fairly well in the league. I'm going to go with the home side. I just feel that's the way that this is going to go in Italy.
All right. Well, it's tempted to go for a draw, but you know what? I'm going to go with the home side as well. Torino, Inter Milan.
Well, Inter, if they're going to keep the momentum going, they've got to get a win. It's again a massive game, tough game. Torino, sort of in and out for me. You know, I'm looking for a bit more consistency. I'm going to go with Inter.
Oh, they don't want to go with you, though. Still don't want to go with you. I'll do it for you, Paul Mariner, because I'm choosing Inter Milan as well in this one. Finally, Lazio, Juventus.
Let me have a think.
Let's have a think.
Look, they're unstoppable. Whatever team he rolls out, it's enough. Juve will continue.
I noticed you pressed down hard on Juve because no mistaking your prediction there, Paul Mariner. It's been Juventus' year so far. It has been their years for the last couple of years in the Serie A, and we're going to go with them again in this one.
So the big news coming out of France today, Thierry Henry suspended as coach of Monaco. Of course, he's had a miserable time since taking over from the club. Boys, looking at this, is it him done now? Is this kind of a Gary Neville, Valencia situation in the sense you've had one bite of the cherry, you've completely mucked it up, his coaching career is
Have you
over?
ever heard of a manager be suspended?
No.
I
Well,
mean,
they're deciding, obviously, whether or not to sack him. That seems. Well, they're going to sack him. That's probably
look, we said when he took the job, he's got a horrible squad.
right.
Why take the job? He's got a lovely cushy number at Belgium. So he obviously saw something in it. He's got to go in there down with some guarantees. Sure, I know he's going to sign his
So you'll give him a pass,
Well, I was going to give him a pass this season, absolutely.
right?
But for it has gone horribly wrong for him. But
Yep.
to jump in now and say he's on the verge of getting sacked, I think is way too fast.
On the other hand, maybe nobody sees any progress.
Right.
You know, yes, he inherited a bad squad. The team were losing. Obviously, the mentality would be very, very low, to say the least. But if the board haven't seen any improvement or any change of any positive note, then why would you keep him?
All right, boys. Well, we'll be keeping a close eye on this story as it develops. Keep it right here on ESPNFC.com. How concerned should Spurs be at the moment, considering they seem to be continuing to drop like flies?
Yep.
And you've mentioned it, there is no depth, is there, in this Spurs team?
Yeah, I thought Spurs were a shoe-in for the top four.
Yeah, I think
really
we all did.
I really did.
Yep.
But without Kane and without Ali and
And
you're
Son
and
away.
Son away, and you're forced to play Llorente, where are the goals coming from?
And Lamella. Lamella's they're carrying Lamella as well. I mean, he doesn't
He's
do
a bit
enough.
part player.
He doesn't do anything. But Stevie, if you're at Tottenham Hotspur or United or Liverpool, if you get the call to come in, this is your chance to shine. An Argentinian international, he doesn't do anything for the team. Nothing. All he does is moan and point to where he wants the ball being played, instead of getting some production out of it. He's in a fantastic position, just playing behind the centre forward, in between the, he's not asked to do a great deal of defending, but he doesn't do enough. And then they go and pick up an injury with Sissoko again tonight. Davis goes off injured. So this is a big problem for Tottenham.
7 points, so Ali.
They're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Spurs are going to be fine. It's a 7-point lead.
Haven't you said on many occasions you're never going to back Spurs to do anything ever again as they keep letting you down?
I know. So
The confidence is draining out of him.
if you're a Spurs fan, this is the moment where you start getting a little concerned. I think they're going to be fine because I think this is a significant lead. And they're going to do enough to hang on in some of these games up until they're going to come back at some point.
Sure.
Harry Kane's going to come back at some point. And then Dele Alli's going to come back. So all you have to do is hang on for the next, month or so, maybe 3 weeks, a month. And then after that, you hope to be the team that you were before that.
How much of a stupid question, I know, of a game changer is it?
It's definitely a
Neymar
game
not
changer.
being. It's going to be now a race.
Yes,
A
absolutely.
race to get fit for that clash against.
Yeah,
United.
it's definitely a game changer for, depending on which way you want to look at it. If you're Manchester United, then you're flying the flags. If you're talking about playing against PSG, the first guy you talk about is Neymar.
Does it make United favourites?
No, not yet. I think it's important what happens between now and the PSG, the first game,
Right.
whether Man United become favourites. I'm not convinced that they've reached a level yet where I'm confident they'll knock PSG out.
A month ago, this was a no-brainer.
Sure.
This was PSG. Let's have a laugh. This is no chance for Manchester United. The change in management happens for Manchester United. Solskjaer comes in. We see what Manchester United has become. And in the meantime, PSG has lost Michael Verratti due to injury, Neymar due to injury. There is nobody to step into that position of the midfielder because apparently Rabiot is not welcome in PSG. And so you start asking the questions of, okay, well, where is it going to come from PSG? Because Neymar is the one guy that you would say, well, he's a tiebreaker. You got Mbappe as well. You take one of those tiebreakers out, and then it becomes a whole lot more even. So for me, it's not as clear that PSG is a favorite anymore. I actually think, with the momentum of Manchester United, this is at the very least 50-50. Arsenal needs this, though.
More than United?
I think so. You look at Arsenal, and they're barely, and I mean barely, hanging on to the possibility of competing for the top four. There is no Champions League for them, so unless you make Europa League your priority, what else do they have to play for if you're Arsenal? What are the goals? And so if that's indeed the case, and you accept that as your reality, then yeah, FA Cup becomes very important to you. So I do think that Arsenal needs this more than Manchester United, who has other things that they can worry about, even though, of course, we expect them to play well. Arsenal needs this.
Should we talk about some predictions then? Paul Mariner.
2-1 Arsenal.
And a lovely reception. Flowers, roses, beautiful presents for Alexis Sanchez.
All right, well, we'll wait and see.
Well, all right, then we will.
I'm going to go a narrow victory for Manchester United.
Yeah, I'm enjoying Manchester United.
Yeah?
I'm on that
8 in a
bandwagon.
row?
Yeah, I'm all about Manchester United this day.
Welcome into Extra Time. Thank you very much for your tweets. Of course, it's been quite some weather here on the East Coast, hasn't it? But fear not, Paul Mariner is well prepared. Can we take the jib down to his boots? These are him. Get them up, Paul. Look at these.
What's wrong with them? What's wrong with them?
He's ready.
Hey,
There's a hole in the bottom of that. You got a hole in the bottom of that.
can I not keep any secrets from you, Steve?
Hey, you're ready for the snow and the rain.
I'm ready for it all.
Well,
On the beach?
Yes. Well, not the beach, but you can. You can go to a very strong hike with those.
They'll be thrown away when I get into
don't throw them
don't do
away.
Well, we've got a hole
They're
in
no
the
good, they've got a hole in them.
Well, get some glue. Take them to, what do you call them?
Some glue.
What's the person who fixes shoes?
Who?
What are they called?
Shoemaster.
A cobbler. Take them to a cobbler.
Nope.
Yeah, as if you come up with that yourself. Somebody shouted in your ear, Cobbler!
Will Pochettino ever win anything at Spurs?
No.
Not while he keeps getting injuries.
Well, if he's leaving after this season, yeah, no, I don't
No.
think so.
Yeah, no.
Do the E ESPN FC analysts prefer watching the afternoon or morning soccer games?
Oh, afternoon.
Oh, no, I like a morning. Get it done, out the way.
No, I like to lie in my bed.
I'm up anyway with the kids. So.
It doesn't bother me. I'm not bothered.
I like the morning, yeah.
Yeah, morning, get it.
The thing is, if it's an half-7 game and it's rubbish, you're not going to watch it. Let's be fair.
Oh, no. No, exactly. Stevie,
So you don't watch it in the morning then?
what about when you do Team of the Week?
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
The truth comes out.
Clarification here. We need clarification. If it's a rubbish game, are you telling me that you lot get up and watch it?
I'm not in charge of Team of the Week.
Well, I got roped into it this week and got absolutely destroyed on the... Yeah, Accrington Stanley against Derby. What's wrong with that? I'll be up watching that.
No one said anything was wrong with it. What are you starting to fight
And you
for?
don't have to do Team of the Week for FA Cup weekend, so...
Thank you very much, Alan. That's very kind.
They do have things.
No, I think you do now.
What?
Yeah.
Are you on Sunday?
Yes, I am.
I'll be watching.
Yeah, well...
There are certain things you can do to actually tape games, unless you're unaware of that.
Oh, here he is.
what-
the
all right.
technical mastermind.
Take us,
Stalter.
take us
Well, there
through
you
the
go.
technology.
So you can have a lie in bed.
So what do
Yeah.
you do?
What?
What do you do?
Well, you take the games, and
Oh.
then when you get up, have your break, you have a cup of coffee,
Oh.
whatever, and then you watch the game that you've taped.
How do you tape it?
Pretty simple.
I haven't got a tape machine.
Stevie, what's the most enjoyable year of football
1925.
or cup win of your career? Well, we know MLS Cup.
Do you know what?
Was
No,
it-
no,
sorry,
no.
US Open Cup.
Yeah.
Leave it.
US Open Cup. Was it?
He only got to 4 finals and made a mess of it.
Were you there
Were
too?
you there as well?
Only for 3. What happened there, man?
You some help, by the way.
See what I mean? That's the thanks you get. He said, what good help were you?
Is there an answer?
Unfortunately for Drew asking the question, I can't pick one out. I mean, I've been really fortunate that I've had some very successful years, more than just one. And everyone, the last one always seems like the best one. But
What were
the
you
truth
doing
is-
there, Paul?
It's called put your trumpet back in your case.
Show everyone what your trumpet looked like again. Right, that's a trombone.
Well, a trombone, whatever. I was born musical. I was born with 2 eardrums. That's for the hybrid.
If
Isn't it?
people wanted to say, make reference to your career and maybe enjoy some anecdotes, is there any literature
Well, there just happens to
available?
be some literature available. It's called 5 league titles and a packet of crisps.
Oh, right. So,
Very much available online.
during
do
their
believe
playing
Amazon.
days, was
Hold
there
on,
a
I'm
team...
not finished yet.
I'm sorry.
No.
Still selling it.
Okay, go on. Keep going.
Go and get it.
I thought you said this had to be
It's highly recommended, I've heard.
Oh, from who?
your good self.
Myself.
Have you read it, Maris?
No.
I've read it. It's very good. During their
You
playing
got a
days...
copy of it? You got a copy of it?
Yes, signed by Mark Donaldson, not Steve Nicol.
Oh,
How much did it cost you?
Free.
wow.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
from
the only
Mark
one
Donaldson.
then.
Hey, they're like the boots.
That's the only one.
During their playing days, was there a team they wanted to join but never had the opportunity or didn't materialise? Good question.
Go ahead, Paul.
Bolton?
Always Bolton. When I was a kid, yeah, but they said I was too small. Which I was. I was a little nipper.
Didn't Barcelona come in
Hold
for
on,
you?
hold on. What age were you when you were supposedly too small?
14.
14.
Did you have a growing spurt post?
I actually did have a growing spurt.
went,
Unlike yourself.
No, I never
Unlike
had.
yourself. When
Still
is
waiting
yours
on it,
going to
yeah.
happen?
Still waiting for mine.
Still waiting
It's a
on
little
it.
late. A little late.
I need some...
Hey, but you're taller than Seb, so there you go.
Barcelona came in for you.
Yep. So Bobby Robson denied me that opportunity, and he went to the same club a few years later. Thanks, Bob.
Cheers, Bob.
Oh, mate. Ali?
Well, I would have loved to have played for Juventus back in my little boy days in Venezuela, running the streets of Venezuela.
Why Juventus?
So I was a big fan of Michel Platini. Yes. But in Venezuela, big fan of Deportivo Táchira.
Yeah.
That was my childhood team. So there you go.
Stevie?
My childhood team, and still is, Glasgow Rangers.
Right.
I did get tapped up once by a Mr. Graham Souness when I was at Liverpool.
Oh.
But as much as I wanted to play for Rangers, I couldn't leave Liverpool.
Final question. Dogs, cats, or both?
Dogs. Maybe.
Maybe.
No cats.
No.
No.
Cats, 100%.
What's your cat called?
Sydney. He's not well, actually.
Oh.
He's got a big boil on the back of her neck, and I've not had a chance to take her to the vets yet.
Well,
Perfect
Well, no.
walking boots to do that.
Oh, I've got holes in my boots.
Oh, no. Steve, you've
got actually both. I've
You've got
actually
both
got
at home,
both.
haven't you? Your cat's
Aye.
a bit weird, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it bites everybody.
again,
Including me.
dogs. 100%.
But it has its moments.
Oh, what sort of moments? Tender?
Well, it's very affectionate. And then from
Well, it
nowhere
doesn't sound like
it'll start eating you.
It's kind of like you. Kind of like you.
Yeah.
We have a new dog at home.
What about you, Danny? Danny, are you a cat or a dog man?
Dog. Yeah, we just got.
Have you got a dog?
Just got a puppy, didn't we?
What's his name?
Poppy?
Who?
The puppy's
Poppy,
name is
the
Poppy.
puppy.
Is it
Poppy, the puppy.
the pup?
Beautiful. I love her more than anyone.
Really?
Oh, she's much better than the kids.
Oh, the wife's
and
watching.
she's amazing.
When did you get a new dog?
Early December. And
What kind?
How's that going?
Maple. It's a Labradoodle.
Oh,
Brown Labradoodle.
they're very much the in thing right now.
Maybe so.
And what
but
kind of dog
Mine's
have
a
you got?
golden doodle.
A golden doodle.
Yeah. And what are yours? Yours are monsters.
Mine's a big one. Mine are fancy mongrels.
They are huge.
Bernese and the Pyrenees.
Oh, apparently our producer says we've got to go. She's enough of our dog stories.
That's fine.
She
with me.
hates animals.